Aku malas nak design. Kita tunjuk ni circuit semua kan? Tunjuk ni kan?
Hello, Assalamualaikum and hi. Today I am going to present about the Dmfd 2413 full power. The title of group is hydraulic sequencing applications. My group partner name is Siti Nurulaika binti Jamaluddin, is Hakimi bin Adi Putra, Muhammad Asrul bin Dailani, Wan Muhammad Izkil bin Wan Hassan, Muhammad Amirul Hakim bin Jamaluddin. I would like to thank to our lecturer, name is Hafiz and Najib Ali, because of teach us these subjects. So we start to the next slide. It's a table of content. So table of content, we can see introduction, design of circuits, circuit design step, result, and conclusions. So we start a brief of introductions. Introduction sequences valves manage the sequence of operations between two branches of a circuit, allowing one unit to automatically start another. A sequence of valve is used in an airplane landing gear actuation system, for example. The landing gear door must open before the landing gear begins. To expand a landing gear actuation system, the landing gear on the other hand must be entirely retracted before the doors may be closed. This operation is carried out by a sequence valve fitted in each landing gear actuation lines. So we can see the diagram that I put in the slides. It's like this. So we go to next, design of circuits. So hydraulic sequencer valve allow maintaining the sequence of operation between two different circuit branches. Branches allowing one branch to activate another branch automatically. So, because they both work depending on pressure change, sequence valve and pressure relief valve are quite similar. Sequence valve are very in that once the set pressure level is reached, an actuator diverts the medium to another section of the system, allowing the next command in the program sequence to be executed. Sequence valve are similar to relief valve in that they divert fluid to the actuator or a second motor to perform work on other portions of the system after the predetermined pressure is attained cylinder until the piston in the cylinder prevent fluid from passing through. The sequence valve will open at this point, allowing the fluid to enter the other cylinders until the cylinder piston completes its stroke. This process will continue. There are several different variants of sequence valve. Most are controlled by pressure, while some are mechanically controlled. For this assignment, we could be able to explain this hydraulic sequence valve application by showing a circuit that will be designed. So we go to the next slides. Next slide is circuit design steps. So we see the diagram. The step 1, pump unit check valve time for 3-way hand level valve with bypass position, double acting cylinder, and shut off counteracting valve are using to make this hydraulic cylinder sequence circuit. 2, start with put first component, that is pump unit, to on the bottom, then connect the port TS on the pump unit to tank. 3, for the port P and T on the pump unit are connected to port P and T on the 3-way hand level valve with bypass positions. 4 step, then from the port A4 over 3-way hand level valve to the first double acting cylinder. Besides, it also connected to port P and X on the shut off counteracting valve. Port B check valve connected to with the port A. From the port T shut off valve and port A check valve will connect the second double acting cylinder. 5. For the last process, gas from the both double acting cylinder will go through to the port B 4/3 when hand level valve with bypass position and out from port T to port T pump unit before back to the tanks. The circuit are complete, and then click the start button to run the simulation. As we know, we can see the diagram left side of our steps. So we move to the next slides. Our presenter is Muhammad Amirul Hakim bin Jamaluddin. So
Okay, edit sini dengar. Okay. Thank you to Asrul. Okay, my name is Muhammad Amirul Hakim. I will continue the presentation. So we move on to the result. Okay, according to the result of our hydraulic circuit design, the opening pressure is achieved by altering the spring tension that ordinarily holds the piston in the closed position. Fluid enter the valve through the intake port, flows around the bottom of the piston, and then escape through the outlet port to the main point. This fluid pressure also operates on the piston bottom surface. When the main actuator unit has finished its job, the inline pressure to the actuator unit rises enough to overcome the spring force and the rises. rises. After that, the valve is in the open position. The fluid entering the valve flows to the secondary unit through the path of this resistor. A drain path is provided to allow any fluid that leaks past the piston to flow from the top of the valve. In hydraulic system, these drainage channels are usually connected to the main return line. The mechanically operated sequence valve is operated by a plunger that extends to the valve body. The valve is installed so that the plunger will be operated by the main unit. A one-way valve is installed between the fluid port in the body, which can be disassembled either by plunger or by fluid pressure. The primary unit actuator is connected to a common line, and the other ports will be connected by a line to the secondary unit actuator. When fluid under pressure flows to the main unit, it also flows into the sequence valve to a port to the one-way valve sitting in the sequence valve. To operate the secondary unit, the fluid must flow through To operate the secondary unit, the fluid must flow through a sequence valve. The valve is located so that the main unit presses on the plunger while it completes its operation. The plunger opens the seat of the one-way valve and allows fluid to flow through the valve, out to the port and into the secondary unit. This type of sequence valve allows flow in the opposite direction, as fluid will enter the port and flow to the one-way valve. While this is backflow from the actuator unit, the fluid overcomes the spring tension, opens the valve seat, and flow out to another port. Okay. Next, we move to conclusion. In general, it can be said that a sequence valve is a type of pressure control valve that is widely used in hydraulic system. Sequence valves are similar to pressure relief valve in that they are used to regulate a series of processes in a pressure-related sequence. The sequence valve is appropriate for system in which it may be put downstream of the direction valve. If it is situated downstream of a cylinder line, it must have some provision for return free flow when the cylinder is reversed. In this scenario, a common application is clamping from the primary port and filling a drill head from the secondary once the workpiece has been securely secured. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.